All right, let's get into it. Today, we're doing something a little different. I got my hands on a global newsletter for retirees, and I thought, let's unbox it. Go through it page by page. What can one little newsletter from an organization called PROBUS Global actually tell us about what retirement is going to look like in 2025? Well, let's find out.
So here's the game plan. First, we'll get a handle on what this PROBUS Global organization even is. Then we're going to take a peek inside the minds of the members. Like, what are they thinking about? What are their biggest concerns? After that, we'll do a quick world tour to see this global network in action. Then we'll look at the call for everyone to get involved. And finally, we'll try to piece it all together and see how this whole thing might just be redefining retirement itself.
Okay, first things first. What are we even looking at here? The best place to start is always right at the top. And that's the letter from the president, Richard Furlong. He's the one who lays out the whole vision. And he's very clear. This isn't just a club. It's a network.
And what's really interesting is how he frames the whole purpose of the organization. See, it's not about just passively paying your dues. It's all about active connection. The priorities are giving people tools, sparking real engagement, growing that international network, keeping the info up to date, and, this is the big one, getting people to actually volunteer. It's basically a blueprint for a living, breathing community.
And just to give you a sense of the scale here, we are not talking about some small local club. The president drops this number. Over 1,600 members worldwide. Just let that sink in for a second. This isn't your neighborhood get-together. It is a genuine global phenomenon that's connecting retirees from one continent to another. All right, so that's the official mission, but what's actually on the minds of the members? This newsletter is like a direct window into their world, and two big themes just jump right off the page: health and wellness, both for the mind and the body. Okay, so this is fascinating. The newsletter's main editorial tackles brain health head-on. And while a lot of us might think doing Wordle or Sudoku every day is the secret to staying sharp, the science they're pointing to says not so fast. The single most effective tool for boosting your memory, focus, and all-around cognition, it's not a puzzle app. It's getting up and moving. It's physical exercise. A super simple, really powerful reminder of that mind-body connection. But, wellness isn't just about brain games and what's going on upstairs, right? The newsletter also pivots from mental sharpness to something really practical and, frankly, really serious: how to maintain your independence and safety by preventing falls. And this is what I love. It shows just how practical and actionable the advice is that's being shared. This isn't some abstract theory. These are concrete steps. Simple things like practicing your balance by standing on one leg while you brush your teeth, or taking a hard look at your medications for side effects. Clearing out trip hazards at home, getting your vision checked. This is all about empowerment and just maintaining a great quality of life. So now we get to the global part of PROBUS Global, because this newsletter isn't just a bunch of articles. It's like a scrapbook from a worldwide community. So buckle up, we're going to take a quick trip around the world to see what's happening. Our first stop is Chennai, India. Here, the local club actually teamed up with the Russian Center for Science and Culture to celebrate International Women's Day. They even presented awards to honor the contributions of women in their community. Pretty cool. Next, let's hop over to Kortrijk, Belgium. Now, this wasn't some small meeting in a church basement. We are talking about 440 members from all over the country getting together for a national day of activities, talks, and a big formal lunch. It just shows you the scale and the organizing power these local chapters have. And for our last stop, let's head down to New Zealand. Over there, multiple clubs are celebrating a huge milestone, their 30th anniversaries. So this isn't some new fad, you guys. These are established, long-running communities that have been built on decades of connection. Okay, so we've seen the mission, we've seen the community in action, but there's this one theme that just keeps popping up through the whole newsletter, and it's this. None of this just happens on its own. It absolutely requires active participation, a real sense of ownership from every single member.
This quote from a member up in Canada, man, it just gets right to the heart of it. It completely reframes membership. It flips the script from a consumer mindset of what am I getting out of this to a contributor mindset, what can I give? And that seems to be the core philosophy that makes this whole thing tick. It's all about shared responsibility for the health of the community.
And that call to contribute, it goes all the way to the top. The president and other members are all writing about this critical need for new leadership. See, to stay vibrant, These clubs need fresh ideas. They need new energy. The goal is to avoid burnout in the current leaders and make sure the organization keeps evolving. And that means members have to be willing to step up and take a turn at the helm. So, when you put all these different pieces together, the focus on wellness, the global connections, that constant call to contribute, what kind of picture does that paint? Well, it's a vision of retirement that is anything but retiring. It's dynamic, it's engaged, and it's always evolving. And if you need any proof that this is a forward-looking, open-minded group, get a load of this. I found this right in the newsletter. The webmaster wrote an entire article explaining the modern slang term dope, tracing its origins in hip-hop culture, and then applying it to the organization itself. I mean, come on. This is the absolute definition of lifelong learning and staying culturally relevant. It's just fantastic.
But, for all the high-minded goals and the global networking, it really all comes down to something very simple and very human. The outgoing editor, a woman named Mary, she boils the entire experience down to 4 key things. The official 3 are fun, friendship, and fellowship. And then she adds the unofficial but totally essential 4th, food. It just goes to show you, community is built on simple, universal pleasures. We're going to end on this quote, which was pulled from a member's travel column. And I think it perfectly captures the spirit we've uncovered in this whole newsletter. Retirement, from this modern point of view, it isn't about achieving perfection. It's not about winning the game. It's about the joy of just playing, even if you play badly. It's about feeling good together. So I guess the final question is this the future of retirement? A global network that's built not on ending a career, but on starting a whole new chapter of active, joyful participation.